ideas as to how we might reach it?
Many thanks for healing me, Arisen.
We ought to bring word of this to Captain Brandt. If you would be so kind as to follow me, I shall take you to the one you seek.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
That is most fortuitous.
I see it as a glad thing. We are well poised to supplement each other's strengths. Follow me, if you would. Following along, I trust. Take care not to lose sight of me.
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure. I'll gather these now. 'Twould be a shame to forget their location when we need them most. You are mighty indeed, Arisen. This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful. A forgotten rift stone we've not discovered lies nearby. 'Tis this way. As I recall, from my last... sojourn beyond the rift. Fortunately for you, I've a mind for maps. I can guide you there if you wish.
Shall we make our way there and see what's to be seen?
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
Let us ponder how best to proceed. Behold, how the stars shine, Master.
Right you are.
Here at last.
Shall we report this development to Captain Bront? Methinks I know where to find the person you're looking for. Pray, follow me. Oh, what does this say?
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
As a matter of fact, curious thing, one of my former masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why. Would you mind coming over here? Tis this way.
Ah, oxen.
'Tis best to leave harmless creatures be.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste. But of course, Arisen, you may depend upon me. Naught like a curative to fill one with vim. Over so soon? Why, we seem to have come through unscathed.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
reason? Aren't you forgetting something? There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
No dawdling. The Arisen calls.
No quarrel here.
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
If you refer to changes in the military's makeup, I've heard the same.
Indeed. Tell is, there's been a shift in the chain of command. Now to report to Captain Brandt.
Materials such as this can be combined to craft things.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Time was, you scarce saw any beast. You'd think that'd be on account of immigration, but not so. See, a child born of both races always favours the beast. At least I've ne'er beheld a human with a beast and pet. If we keep mixing, someday our kingdom will end up with more...
Not in the business of stealing. What a bother.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
I fear I've not... Quite the predicament.
Got some business? How am I supposed to know?
me a...
How am I supposed to know?
"'Tis a chest. I shall take a look inside."
Growing crops are... What's this all about?
What brings you? How odd.
They say the Sovereign was bathed in the dragon's... and yet he draws breath. I do hope His Majesty shall recover soon. May... be sure... I'm all befuddled.
You're a welcome sight, Arisen. As ever, I'm yours to command.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
They can be most convenient, though they travel only during the day.
This looks as good a place as any.
You don't look like much. What's your... This ain't my problem.
Master, 'twould be prudent to rid yourself of any excess items.
I've a pressing How ought I to proceed?
Suppose... What's this?
Is there all... Goodness.
I must be grateful. At least I have a full bed.
I know so little of this world.
Ingredients are plentiful here. Abouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation. Just make it quick. Where's my dad? My fellows could use a trim. Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
Let me get that.
What should I do?
You... Don't look at me. I haven't got a clue.
Is it true? What to make of this?
Venture into
do? What to do? What? I've no mother or father to speak of, you see. I wanted to get them a present to say thank you, and I thought a bunch of flowers would be just the thing. The problem is, I can't seem to find any good ones. Do you think you could help me? All I need for true. Thank you ever so much, Arisen. I'm sure you'll find the prettiest flowers that ever were. Hoi, Arisen! Have you brought me? Well, take your time. You know where to find.
That's quite enough! What a nice surprise! That's quite enough!
Did you need something, dear?
I've things to do, if you don't mind. This one's a head scratcher.
Quit acting so chummy. This some sort of riddle?
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen.
Peruse at your leisure.
So tired. Barely been to Tom or Boots.
Fine wares all.
Bleeding amateurs.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment?
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim, you've done a fine job culling those monsters, Your Majesty. 'Tis common the number of those who seek out this tavern in the hope of an audience with the... Should you continue to display such valor, the day will soon come, and ere it slips my mind. Pray.
We have achieved our objective.
Indeed. You've culled more than your fair share of monsters. I expect tales of your valor will soon be told in
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen Your Majesty... For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his battle wounds. And so, in honor of his supposed valor, the false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. Even the matter of but mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings could afford you a glimpse into the man behind the mask. What say you, Your Majesty? My thanks. Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. Once your infiltration is successful, you will need only don a mask and act the... Here. This should suffice to help you take care, Your Majesty. There is masquerades being as they are. You will... Much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be wisest to dress the part when joining the other revelers. There is much we ought to tend to, if we... While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, for some time now, it seems, she has been diverting a veritable mountain. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to a bigger... This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are past, yet 'tis strange. For sweet crownflowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermont. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit. 'Tis a frail hope to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that Your Majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's... I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity...
if you please.
Tad rowdy, but I shan't complain.
Good tidings, sir. How fares your retrieval of those plundered weapons? Oh-ho! You have procured an archer staff, I see. Most excellent. You may now change your vocation to sorcerer, if it pleases you, sir. However, if you wish to register as a warrior instead...
Well met, sir.
Good tidings, sir. How fares your retrieval of those plundered weapons? Marvelous! You have acquired both an archer staff and you may now change your vocation as desired, sir. What's more, I bear glad tidings. 'Twould seem our arms shortage is at an end. I dare say...
A resounding success! A laudable result. Just what I would expect of the Arisen.
What will our next adventure have in store for us, I wonder?
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist. assist you. Have you found any of the items we discussed? Chance. Do come again.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't...
Arisen, I knew you loved this world too much to leave it behind. Onward to Burnworth Castle. I know precisely when a curative is ready to tackle today's adventures, Arisen. I'm full of...
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you. Is there naught being done to make safe the roads? Do come again.
Well met, sir.
Not a care in the world.
Follow me, if you would.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fare much obliged. I find that this inspires naught but misgivings. Good evening, sir. I trust you. Fared all right on... The roads, despite the hour. You know where to find. Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads, despite the hour. You know where to find. Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads? Despite the hour? You know where to find me.
My pat.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right? On the roads, despite the hour? You know where to find me.
Welcome.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right. Right on the roads, despite the... much obliged.
Constant lights might there be to find in town today?
Ain't no sense thinking too far ahead, is
Look
ya?
as long as you please.
Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off a hermit.
A mug of ale is just
We have aught we need to deliver, do we not? Let us find the intended recipient.
I only hope the recipient is pleased with our work.
Right you are.
Hoya Risen! Have you brought me a bunch of flowers already? Oh, just look at them. They're the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen. These should brighten the sisters' day. Say, would you mind terribly if I asked you another favor? See, one of my friends taught me a magic spell. It's supposed to let you meet whomever you like. All you have to do is find a silver stone, put it under your pillow, and say the magic words. But there's the problem. I've been looking all over for some... Would you find a silver stone and bring it to me, Arisen? For true. I knew I could count. I'll be waiting.
Our next mission is to acquire a silver stone. Mayhaps silver ore will serve. We can purchase it, or mine it up ourselves.
That's just what I was thinking.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
What should I get up to today?
Good evening, sir. I... trust you fared all right on the road. You know where to find.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Perhaps new discovery...
I expect this ore will suffice for the silver stone Miss Daphne requested. Let us deliver it to her now. Allow me to guide you.
Oh, I can't find a silver stone anywhere. Oh, just look how it shines. Say, aren't you curious who I want to meet? Well, I'll tell you. My mother and father. Not to say I'm unhappy at the gracious hand, of course. I want to tell them how grateful I am that they... Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, Hoya...
Miss Daphne seemed pleased with our efforts. Mayhap we ought to pay her another visit sometime soon.
'Tis as you say.
'Twould seem we've a need to visit the palace.
A lonely place.
Today? Welcome. Well met.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right.
Shall we get some rest then? Open your eyes, everyone. 'Tis dark out, but our day begins.
Step lively. Journey by starlight shall make for a nice change of pace.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all... right on the roads, despite the hour. You know where to find me.
Welcome.
More deadly than getting comfortable. Might learn a new dish.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
A fine place to sit. In the years since the consul's passing, Queen Regent, yet just as her grace was preparing to hand the reins to her son, Regent King Sven, word came, now there can be no dispute. For our kingdom's lord, poor Deserve. 'Tis a woeful role, the regency. All of the responsibilities of a monarch, with none of the glory. Silence cultivate.
At last! The moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
Now, how best to proceed? Now, how best to proceed? Now, how best to proceed?
I cannot afford another night of cavorting.
Now, how best to proceed?
Pray, follow me.
Now, how best to proceed?
Silence cultivates wisdom.
Following along, I trust. Take care not to lose sight of me.
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
We'll make our way there in time. As to whether 'twill be sooner or later, that is for the Arisen to decide.
Now, how best to proceed?
Would you mind coming over here?
I'd sooner stay out of now, how best to proceed?
A welcome respite from all that hustle and bustle.
Now, how best to proceed?
Follow me, if you would.
Now, how best to proceed?
This is where I find my life gets overwhelming.
Over here, if you please. Here we are.
If you must go off on your own, you are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me! Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious.
Would that I had my brother.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was... Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I'd simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers.
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. This room turned up little of interest. But I've a mind to look into... I'll head out first and speak with the Sentinels. Use that opportunity...
Mayhap you've been misinformed, sir, but there isn't to be a masquerade this day. Mayhap you've been
I'm about ready to fall asleep on my feet.
Those new recruits could barely lift their swords. To see this piece.
I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
What's this? Come to admire my sculptures, have you? Ho, ho! To think my eminence as a collector would reach in the ears of the... If only my collection were complete, I'd fain allow you to inspect. Alas, the sculpture that I commissioned to be its centerpiece is yet to arrive. And 'twould wound my pride to have you behold my collection. If your curiosity shall not be denied, however, mayhap you'd consider paying a visit. The man's home is located in Bakbatal. You need only tell him that...
I say we speak with anyone and everyone who springs to mind. You never know what...
The sculptor's home is located...
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen.
Good evening, sir. I trust... You fared all right on the... Much obliged. The solution eludes me, but I'm certain...
There is. Look as long as you please.
There is much we ought to tend to. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's? This scrap. 'Twas part of a... This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear. To think. Deeza's action, 'tis a surprise, but a welcome one. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deeza's focus, you have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid...
It seems we were right to suspect the Queen Regent. We ought to keep an eye on her in the days to come.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen, do not forget that we will...
Someone is looking this way. Is there aught about me that caught their eye?
What?
My, I'm trapped like a rat in a cage. This Arisen's both shrewd and fleet of foot. What? Can't you think of a reason? I'd thought you were keener wit than that. Let's just say there are some who don't want you wandering about. I was to report on your comings and goings, you see. But I suppose that job's over. So, how about it, friend? Will you let me go? I've no reason to trouble you any further. Aye, aye. You'll have your coin. That's how this works, isn't it? Greed will get you nowhere, friend. But worry not. You won't need it when...
You there! Halt!
Shit! We're in for it now.
With all likelihood, he is an agent dispatched from Batal. We will hear all he has to say before the week is out. I bid you, wait till then.
If aught catches your
Yes, sir! We shall see how bold you are in irons.
It'll do you no good letting me rot in here, you know. Another agent will be on your head.
That we still have no inkling of the false sovereign's origins is most...
Oi there, friend! Care to help? All I ask is that you hear my request. What? My thanks, sir. As to the matter at hand, I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road. But now our only trouble is, there are still monsters about. That's where you come in. See, I've got a letter here from Lady Margit, the Watchhead's wife, to be delivered to one cell. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches it. Splendid! I need now. The carts only depart at certain hours of the day. And mind you, don't forget to pay your way before you... Each cart travels with an escort of train. So anyone thinking of riding first, but enough of my lecturing. Oh, and I'll pay your fare this come. Find me when you've delivered that letter. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
We've a delivery to make, 'twould seem.
We're to see this letter to Sir Leonard and Melv. Shall we board the ox cart as directed, Master? Would you mind coming over here?
Might we consider boarding an ox cart?
Good day to you. What to do?
A long road lies ahead. 'Twould behoove us to employ an ox cart.
This ox cart's bound. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Stand strong! We're still in the fight!
This is more than I bargained for.
Hurry, everyone! Get yourselves to safety!
You go with them. I'll fell that thing. There you are. You will share my desolation and my hunger.
This village is my home. You cannot expect me to abandon. Give me your gift.
was a skillful bit of thing. You do your vocation proud.
He's not the falter. We'll take everything out of our friends. We have prevailed.
Lion. It is a simple-minded creature, by all appearances. We could easily redirect its focus with our attacks.
Fear not. It is well in hand.
When enraged, this creature is capable of calamitous strength. We ought not to provoke it.
Then we'd best fell it quickly, or else wait till its fury subsides.
Show yourself!
'Twas a lesson in determination.
Somehow I knew you'd come. You have my gratitude as well, sir.
Ulrika, glad I am to see you unharmed. You must return to the village. Everyone is concerned for you.
Forgive me. I'd best go. But I shan't forget this. Thank you. Truly.
That wasn't the dragon, but a poor imitation of it. No wonder I feel so hollow. Tis a style all my own, a patchwork of techniques, honed for the sole purpose of That wasn't the dragon, but a Sigurd. You're the current Arisen, aren't you? I pray you do not walk the same path as I have. 'Tis a style all a patchwork of techniques, honed for the sole purpose.
I'll pick that up. We might have need of it.
I have a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new finds. I'll gladly try out any use...
'Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
Ah, excellent find.
Here to ask aught of me, are you? What was that?
Oh, what luck! 'Tis a chest.
Let us hope your curiosity will be rewarded.
We're saved. We're...
Very well. I shall return.
Thank you for healing me, Arisen.
He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time of...
What would you of me? My time... That's made my day! Now this is a conundrum. Here to us. Good heavens! I grow rest. Good heavens!
Wasn't sure we'd survive that, but... What can I do for you? Ah, a letter from Lady Margaret, you say? It is a fair way you... She's a kindly sort, I must say. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Now she's taken to inquiring after my health at the turn.
Don't we have a report to make, Master?
That Lady Margaret's a kindly sort.
Well met. Hope to see you again. Well met. Hope to see you again.
Time to be heading home.
A mug of ale is just what I need.
We're saved.
That wasn't the dragon, but a poor imitation of it. Sigurd, you're the current Arisen. Aunt is a style, a patchwork of techniques.
Come to think of it, is your pack not overburdensome? Oh, you carry so much. I worry for your poor spine.
Time to get back to work.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. But that place puts my hairs on end.
I'm always willing to... I don't know what to make of it.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him.
I've things to do. No easy out.
We're not to talk during mission. It falls on me to resolve this.
Life is for the living. What was that?
Might you be looking to it?
What to make of it?
The other day, I espied and they ill favour living alongside the people of... Can someone tell me what this is all about?
I shall come at once, Arisen.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
I say we collect as much as we can carry. Oh, I should tell you, there's a forgotten riftstone nearby. I found it beyond the rift. Shall we go there now?
The letter has reached its recipient. Shall we inform Sir Donovan, Master? If you would be so kind as to follow me, I shall take you to the one you seek.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
An impressive view. We can infer much of the lay of the land from here.
I'd gladly cast aside my weapon and laze about here, if the Arisen would permit it.
I quite agree.
I could do this all day! Look, Master! Goblins!
I have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
A good place to put our feet up, if we've a tent with us.
A chance to recover our strength would be most welcome.
No one can defend themselves when grappled like this. You pulled that off with nary a hitch. 'Twill be a rude shock for our foe to find you pitch their loot.
One of us has been drenched!
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Lucky us. That's worth taking.
I shan't let them fall. Most impressive, Master.
A few more victories like that, and we'll have them running for the hills.
A result to be proud of. battle is best avoided here.
What is it? Got a question about my training regime? Suppose that was an unlikely guess. None took to the training like you did. Hoping to enlist, then? No. I'd hoped to add you to our ranks. You'd seem like you'd be fit for battle, even if I were to call upon you on the morrow. Which is more than I can say for the rest. Apologies for assuming. We've had fewer folks looking to enlist of late, and I'm hungry for recruits. Many keep their distance on account of the instructor being a beastren. How very Vermundian of them. At the very least, I'd like to provide some decent training to the soldiers we have now. Easier said than done, especially when the weapons we were promised have yet to arrive. It isn't like to boost their morale having rusted steel to train with. What I wouldn't give for some decent weapons and a soldier to act as an example. Someone with motivation to grow. That'd light a fire under them, I reckon. Mayhap you could aid us. I know 'tis much to ask of anyone, let alone a stranger, but what else am I to do? Much appreciated. We'd welcome what you can spare.
Sir Baron's request is quite understandable. Weaponry and motivated soldiers are the pillars of any military.
A material. Useful thing. Please?
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Goblins, Master!
Shame I've no advantage against this foe. Are we all in the same boat?
I could have done no better.
Focus. The battle continues.
I like that.
The day grows darker with our every step.
Ears pricked. 'Twill be difficult to pinpoint distant foes by sight alone. Did anyone else see that? Aught catches the light.
We ought to take a closer look. Ah, now here's a surprise.
The thrill of discovery never gets old.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Not like a feast to get you ready for bed.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Take that!
That was superb, Arisen.
Do watch where you're going. You'll hurt yourself one of these days.
Oh, don't mind me. These things happen.
Truly defeated when their skulls smash beyond repair.
I'll gather these now. 'Twould be a shame to forget their location when we need them most.
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
When the mind is split, the heart must lead. Also, I've learned.
It strikes me that we have not visited Mel for some time. Shall we stop by and see how its people fare of late? Pray, allow me to show you the way.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
If you see aught untoward...
I'm always willing to lend a help.
What would you of me? My time isn't yours to waste.
Is that you, Norbert? Oh, fie. Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search? Brave fool said he was going to look for. I'd go and search for him myself, only I'm not afraid of monsters. So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. Please, sir. I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Go into the forest and turn. This won't work, will it? But my brother and I are the only ones who use. I suppose there's only one. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. I'll need you to watch over me. Right.
Our aid is required, Master. Let us depart with due haste.
We've naught to discuss.
I'm always willing to lend.
Hoy, an odd fellow went into Ulrika's house just now. Might have been a noble. He had...
Oh, there's something written here.
Shall we take a
Here to ask aught of me, are you? Thank you, sir.
Ever since the reign of Rothaeus, the village of Melv has played an indispensable role in the yet twice now, as the dragon set upon this village, the fault here lies with you, Ser Ulrika.
With all due respect, Sir Martin, our village has dispatched many of its young hands to the north. Was it not the former consul? Yet the stronghold has remained entirely silent to our plight. How can you say that the
I know of no such agreement. At the very least, Queen Regent
But I'm quite sure...
You would dare misrepresent the words of... If so, then Melv's problems run far...
What? I intended nothing of the sort.
Save your honeyed words, traitor! I must
You came to see me. Still, how would you like to stay the night? I've yet to It was by your godly efforts that Melv escaped the worst of the dragon's assault. The people of this village are more precious to me than life I wanted. Now, 'tis time we slept. There is much...
Where is Ulrika? The Queen Regent has declared that Ulrika be apprehended. All who seek to abet her will be tried in...
Ulrika is gone.
What?
She stole away in the dead of night. Ask around. I cannot say why for certain, but I imagine she took your word. Realizing her plans for rebellion had been found out, she chose...
You would have me believe that Ulrika was acting alone?
Aye, that's the long...
Very well. I shall take you at your word, sir. However, the absence of a lead... For the time being, your village will be in our hands. If 'tis as you say...
Ah, there you are. There's aught I would ask of you. It concerns... You've heard she fled the village, aye? Though, as she left the village, as for where she went, it would be unwise for me to go looking for her. I can only pray that she does not fall into the Queen...
Yes, Master.